People choose to be vegan for health, environmental and/or ethical reasons. This week we visit Me Hungry Wholesome Food to explore the raw vegan diet. Let's find out more about these healthy and attractive uncooked meals.
The name Me Hungry Wholesome Food Limited. I was talking to Slide on Bar because everybody wanted me to say natural food or raw food that, and I was saying to Sly, I just don't feel those things. They're like played out. And Sly like, yeah man, you need a hit name. And a name like Me Hungry. That's a hit. And I'm like, yeah, I hate that. Me hungry. And then I said, whenever a man say hungry, the next thing him say want wholesome food. So it's actually playing on the word wholesome and wholesome food, meaning I go grab some food, like how we say it here in Jamaica, that's it. In the raw food cuisine, we're vegan, vegetarian. We do not use any animal-based products or so forth. But we do not cook anything either. So a vegetarian could have cooked meals, and raw food doesn't do cooked meals. We more do dehydrated stuff. It's almost like having the sun heat. You can tolerate the sun heat and you'll be dehydrated, but you'll still be alive. But if I put you in fire, it's a different scenario. I could say there's cooked food, but it will be cooked by the sun. The only chef is the sun. Everybody else is a pretender. And the cooking process of a food, the growing process of food is the cooking process. So a green banana is an uncooked banana. A green plantain is uncooked. When the sun ripens the plantain, it's a fully cooked plantain. And the same thing for a banana. That's why we said we're a sun-cooked vegetarian cuisine.
Welcome, Prof, in the house, you know?
Greetings, brethren and brethren.
Yes, sir. Big up. Yeah, man.
The nutrients you need, and I think people have to say what we were meant to eat. You only can tell what you're meant to eat through sematotyping. When you categorize animals on a whole based upon their body type, structure, their makeup and so forth. And there's nothing about us that suggests that we're carnivorous, because every carnivorous animals have certain common things that they share. Like the length of their digestive tract is normally very short. The liver normally produces uric acid to deal with the uric acid. That doesn't happen with human beings. We don't. You do not salivate when you see a cow in a cow pasture. You do not go, wow, dinner, even if you're really hungry. But you wouldn't allow your neighbor's mango to escape if you're very hungry, All the nutrients that you need is there because, people normally talk about protein. Most people over-proteinize. You got your nuts and your seeds. Everything you eat, your body is generally trying to convert that to sugar so it can go through the bloodstream. And the raw food diet is normally have simpler sugars than all these complex carbs. So most people end up with undigestible protein. So raw food has all your phytonutrients, all your trace minerals. You get a lot of zinc, magnesium. And the most people talk about is generally like calcium, iron, and protein. And iron, we have a lot of green juices going on there. Protein, as I said, we have the nuts and seeds, almonds, they're excellent. And even when the foods are not as high in protein as, you would check for some form of meat product, but it's highly absorbable. So you may eat a meat product which is 90% protein, and I'll eat some nuts where it might be 60% or 50% protein, and you can only digest 5% of what you're eating, and I'll be absorbing all of what is in mine. So it's people ending up with undigestible protein thinking that they're absorbing all this, and it's not so. Enzymes is very important because then your food is basically able to break down itself. It's the enzymes in a papaya, while when you pick it and put it down, it can ripe on its own. Which is more tasty, cooked mango or fresh mango? So already I think if you check it, when people cook their food, most of the taste is going in the air. It's because your neighbor is smelling it and all that flavor is escaping. that doesn't happen when it comes to our raw food. So it's already tasty naturally. But what I think is that because they're cooking food and they're eating food that they're not supposed to eat, like meat, you know, you can't get a human being, because he's not a natural carnivorous, he's not carnivorous. So you can't get a human being to eat meat as is. You can give them the blonde bird test and just boil a fowl and say, have this, and they won't have it. What they have to do for us to consume meat is to spice it heavily. So we are now growing up used to this heavy spicing, because that's the only way they can get you to even start considering eating meat. So because they're used to that heavy spicing, I think vegetarians who are preparing meals kind of still have to realize that people are transiting to that side and still come with the spice, but healthy spices. Healthy, fresh spices. But there's no way, it's not even comparable. I mean, our food in terms of freshness and spice is the best. It's the best, and it's natural. It's not comparable, believe me.
Having a burger, it's called the Nyam burger. It's a vegetarian burger, and it's got onions, and it's made out of nuts, not out of bread. It tastes nice because it's. I didn't expect it to be so tasty. It's quite spicy. Very different from a regular burger in the sense that it's actually more spicy than a regular burger. There is a taste difference because, of course, you're going to miss the meat in it because it doesn't have any meat. But otherwise, it's quite nice.
When we won the best vegetarian restaurant at the Observer Awards, I don't think they were talking about healthy food. It wasn't for health, you know, it's just taste, believe me. And actually, as much as this is a healthy thing, I have never sold it on health. I always tell people, taste it if it doesn't taste good. And I think we're comparable and far superior to a lot of food that's out there, in the sense that you come here, you buy a pizza, I'm not telling you that it's healthy, eat it. I say, taste it, if you don't like it, leave it. I'll pay for it.
What's on the menu? We'll find out after the break.